Hey YouTube, welcome to Market Watch, your weekly segment. We're talking about the Digimon card game market, and BT8 is right around the corner. It's super exciting. You know, the pre-releases are starting this week, I believe, for us in North America, and you know, BT7's practically over, which is really good if you ask my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and talk about some cards you might want to pick up for BT8, and a little bit of future talk as well. If you guys like this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the notification bell on the smash potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos come out. Omnimons, we always start with those, right? The BT1 Omnimons had a little bit of a cool off. Not as expensive as it was, but give it time. Give it time to go back up, I'm sure. Besides that, this Blitz Omni has increased in price, and so is this one. While the others remain fairly cheap, if you want my opinion. Even the regular art one here, and this one is probably just shipping or something like that. But look at all these prices. $18, frig. $16. Regular one, $10. And then we have this one. Yeah, it is shipping, so basically $12. The Omnimons are going up in price. Lots of hype for, you know, Blitz Omni for game type of shenanigans, right? I got really nothing to say about that. It's really good. It's also good in future support. If you guys have been paying attention to the support we're getting in future sets, Blitz Omni is a good card for that support. Really good. Also, I was made aware last comment section that this 2006 $90 Omnimon is $420.69, which is nice. And I can't believe I didn't notice that. But yeah, what a time we're living in where Blitz Omni is worth more than Zord Omni, which is super interesting. And of course, Zord Defeats are still super expensive. So do with that what you will. A final point of notice here is that the Ghost Rare Omnimon appears to be a little cheaper if you want light play. I would not recommend getting light play. I'd recommend getting near mint, and as such, they're getting more and more expensive. But if you want a cheaper Ghost Omnimon, I think this is a good price to do it. If you don't care about getting it graded or whatever. Demiveemon April Ultimate Cup. Some are selling for, you know, $100, $90. And now they're getting more and more expensive. Again, do recommend for any of these cards to hold on as long as you can if you want them for collectible or, you know, flipping purposes. By the time that November comes around, there'll be more and more of these on the market. If you buy them for really cheap, eventually you'll be able to sell them for a bit of a profit. Do recommend waiting if you don't need them now. Alright, on Friday I made my video about how much it costs to build the cheapest version of X-Antibody in BT8. And a lot of comments asking me, you know, for fun, can you go over the max rarity version? Because, you know, some people like the max rarity version. And I'm like, you know, let's just do it right now. Why not? It's Market Watch. How much would it cost to build max rarity X-Antibody roughly? Well, we got basically $64. We'll call it $65 times 4 is $260. If you're playing Alphamon, you know, we'll call it $50. If you're playing 3, there's another $150. So we're at $410. If you're playing 2 Altart Doragoromon, $35. That brings us to what? Friggin' $480? Crazy. And then we have Demiveemon, which you're playing 4 of, pre-release stamp. That brings us to $600. But we're not done yet. Baby Egg Doraemon here, selling all day long for $45. That's $180 for a playset of babies. A playset of babies. Okay, so let's redo the math again. Got 260, and we got freaking 410. We're up to 480. We're up to 600. We're up to 780. Now, that's not including anything that's not coming out in BT8, like Altart Orumon or Altart Ryudamon. These were bought at 40 each. 40 each. Okay, so this one will go down in price. I can almost guarantee it. You'll probably get these for 30 each, alternate art, which brings our price cap to 840 or 870 if you're playing 3. This, now I will admit again, like I have been, I was wrong about Altart Doraemon. Crazy. Now, I have no idea if this has the same anime influence that Doraemon has, because I don't know the anime. I have no idea. And you do need 4 of this card, which is significant. That being said, if we're assuming at they're going to stay at $40 each, then you're over $1,000 to build max rarity X-Antibody. US, worse for us in Canada, eh? Shout out the Canadians and their currency. But anyway, you know, my general rule of thumb still holds. Still don't buy the pre-sales. Don't buy the pre-sales. This one, if you bought them for 40, you will get punished for it. This one might, again, be an anomaly in the whole thing, because this is not only good in BT8, but also BT9. If you feel comfortable buying them for $40, okay, then go ahead and do it. I still won't, and if I get punished for it, then I get punished for it. I might not even buy max rarity X-Antibody. Like, do I really feel like burning over $1,000? I mean, I could, but do I want to? Probably not. We're going to move along here to LordKnightmon Event Pack 1. $45. How this card has dropped, eh? Very, very not expensive anymore. However, part of the reason for that is because LordKnightmon has a new max rarity, the Championship 2021 Final Stamp. And that one's going for $150. One has sold at $150. LordKnightmon is very interesting in BT8. Kind of like a tier 2 strat, if you ask me. And people might get hyped to do it. If people are hyped and it does well, this will probably go up in price. So just be careful with your LordKnightmons. I probably wouldn't buy them for $150. I don't think they're going to do anything, but I would acknowledge that it's possible that it could top a tournament, and if it does really well in the format, well, you know what happens, right? Anduamon, $48. Kind of stable right now. Kind of stable. A lot of listings. Get them now if you want them. If you want to flip them for later or collect them, get it now. Event Pack 1 unopened, $45. These have been on a decline, but Event Pack 1 is not being made anymore, which is why I'm covering it. Now, buyer beware on these. With these, you know, Bandai packs, these promo packs, you can use like a phone flashlight and you can basically figure out what card is in your pack. So definitely very big buyer beware here. Be careful. I don't recommend buying these kind of things for that reason. However, if you do want to just hold and play the sealed market game, you might be running out of time. Because again, these are on very short supply. So take with that as you will. Beelzemon. Calming down a little bit from the buyout. This is just a regular secret rare, and I expect it to calm down a little bit more. When it hits a plateau, that'll be your time to buy this card. Because it is BT1, it is getting harder and harder to find. You see what happens with these BT1 cards if they explode. Chaos Mode Lucemon, $30. It is on a bit of a downturn. Would definitely recommend buying them now. Just saying. Sister Mont Blanc is going for $25 alternate art. Why am I covering Sister Mont Blanc? It's a very good question. We know that Jesmon support is very freaking good in the future. And Blanc is one of the Sistermons that you are going to play in the deck. And by the time that happens, BT6 will be a far, far cry away. I do recommend getting your Alt-Art Sistermons now if you do think that Jesmon is going to be really good, either for yourself or to flip them in the future. I'm just covering that now, just a little bit of future talk. Future talk. LordKnightmon, light play, $20 and 21 for near mint. This card is dropping. If you want him, get him now. That's all I'm going to say. Davis, basically hitting $20. It's happened. It's happened. Again, Imperial's going to be tier 1. Everyone knows it. You're running out of time. You're really, really running out of time, guys. Store Championship Patamon has been going up and up and up. Don't be fooled by this moderate play copy of $9. It is going up because it's the Store Championship version. Now, this max rarity. You don't need to buy this version of Patamon if you want to play Rapidmon Turbo. But yeah, a fun fact there. Ragnalord, Alt-Art, $10. We know that the Ragnalord support is coming. It doesn't seem to be as hyped as the Jesmon support, but there are versions of this deck being thrown around that are playing the original Ragna in the new Ragna deck. I would definitely recommend making sure you have your copies of this card because it could go up in price when BT10 comes out. Palmon. Max Tapera yelled at me, I think, for not having any green cards in the last Market Watch. And to be honest with you, unless you're playing Imperial, which is blue-green effectively, or Armor Rush, which is blue-green, green kind of gets pooped on. The best pure green has is like, what, Shivamon? Okay. Anyway, Palmon, you're going to need it for BT9, and it is at $10 right now. There's a max version of this card, a max ready version of this card, thanks to the stamp. But, you know, you want to make sure you have your Palmons, because Greeno TK in BT9 makes a resurgence, and it is a very good deck in BT9. It will be tier 1. Absolutely. Matt Ishida here has kind of cooled off at the $7 mark. And this is the lowest rarity of the card technically, because it has 2 alt arts. It is Memory Tamer in purple that does let you recur resources. And again, it is BT1. The interesting thing about BT1 cards is that certain cards like this will not be power crept. They're just very, very good. And if they get power crept, it'll be way into the future. Now, that being said, if you want some copies, you probably get them now. If, you know, something like Mastermon that plays Purple Matte, which I have tested, by the way, is going to make a thing, is going to make a resurgence of the format, or if Creepymon Turbo is going to make a resurgence, you know, you might want your Matt Ishidas for that. Maybe 1, maybe 2. Grab them. I don't think you're going to make any quick money off of it, but I think it's a good price to get them, because they're not going to go down anymore, I don't think. Not really. And if they do really well, they only go up. This had a buyout. People are really excited for Musketeer stuff. 7-cost option support in the very, very, very near future. If you can get them, if you can get this light play copy for 5 or get other copies for 5, I do recommend. But again, this is not max rarity. There are 2 versions of this card. So there you go. Do whatever you want with that card. Tai Kamiya V Tamer at $5. This card is slowly going up in price. Slowly. I cover this card once in a while, just to make sure you guys are aware of it. It's good Veedramon support. It's draw power. It's damage boosting. It's 2-cost Tamer. It's crazy card. And you know Veedramon won't stop getting support because it's basically an anime fan favorite. And unless this card gets reprinted, it's going to keep going up in price. So again, do recommend getting this card. It's a very good card. Volcanomon. I came across this in my research. It's just $10. It's a previously stamped card that is way above market price at $10. That's a cyborg. It's good in black decks. Gets security +1 really easily. It is a tech option in black decks. I would never buy this card. I also don't recommend you buy this card. But, you know, it's very, very interesting to see stuff like this. $10 for previously stamped card uncommon that, you know, barely sees play. I would stay away from it. If you have them, I'd sell them. Gomamon. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Between blue strip source decks not seeing any real play and Digifest reprint promo or whatever, man, this card is just crushed in value. Maybe source strip gets good one day, and maybe this card sees a resurgence. This is a good time to pick up the max rarity version of this card if you want to play the penny stock game. But again, unless we get actual good blue source strip support, or even bad, like it's hyped in the future. People really like source strip. It's like a, I don't know. It's a bad mechanic, if you want my opinion, that people just love to cling around. I don't know what to say about it, but if you want to play a penny stock game, pick up some copies of this card. Argomon is the final card I want to cover today. Alt art is $3. Why am I covering this card? Because we don't know what's going to happen in the future with Bandai. We have no idea. They may choose to put this card to 2, or 3, or 4 one day. We don't know. Do I think it's worth buying a few copies of this card, or a bunch of copies of the card for $3 in case you can flip them in the future with a potential ban list announcement? I don't mind spending $30 on 10 copies of this card and letting them sit. If it sits forever, it's $3, I don't care. But if it explodes, oh boy. It's speculation for sure. It's ban list speculation. We don't know what Bandai's going to do with this card. But if we follow the logic of other card games, they do tend to unrestrict their cards eventually. In most cases. Some are just too broken that you can't. I don't think Argomon fits in that category. I could be wrong, but that's just me. I don't mind spending the money to, like, you know, hold on to some copies of this card just in case something happens. If nothing happens, nothing happens. But if something does happen, you're going to be very rich in green, let me tell you. What do you guys think about this week's Market Watch? Let me know in the comment section below. Did I miss anything? Let me know. Don't be afraid to let me know what I missed in the comment section. If you like this comment as well, let me know. Bye.